How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Riles back with another video. As you can see, we're back to filming the intros and outros in the toy room because I recently rearranged everything, got it all mostly into one room. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. All filmed in here in the toy room on the camcorder. But yeah, today we are checking out some Marvel Legends. Go figure. But I did want to get like the versions that I want on my shelf and then switch a couple around to other places. Like Cyclops, I want him on my NBC shelf, the 97 one, and then yada yada yada. But today we have an updated Storm and a brown suit Wolverine, and as you can see, they're already out of the box. But yeah, with all that being said, let's just get into the video.
That's Wolverine with razor-like adamantium claws. They're sharp enough to slice through almost any substance known to man. Now we meet Storm, whose mutant ability to control weather itself is still not completely understood.
Taking a look at the front of the box, it says Marvel Legends series, Marvel Studios, X-Men 97, Wolverine, and Storm. Storm is an update. Wolverine is just a repaint, but the Storm, I had the old one, I got rid of her, but she only had single joints. She was pinless, but she was only single jointed, so this is definitely an upgrade for me. On this side, we get artwork of Storm. On this side, artwork of Wolverine. On the back, we don't get any blurbs, we just get a shot of the two figures, and then we get the other two packs, Cyclops and Jean Grey, Gambit, and Marvel's Rogue. Also look for, that's what it says right next to it. And of course it says Wolverine and Storm. Top of the box, bottom of the box, and with all that being said, let's go, bub.
Welcome her. Wait, she's not joining the X-Men, is she? She's just a kid.
Wolverine! Can't you see the girl is scared? Don't you remember what it was like when you first discovered you were a mutant?
Alright, so we got the figures out of the box. I do have a couple of issues to start with. Like, Wolverine has some sloppy paint. He's got like red and black paint scuffs on his body. I got him off as best as I could, but it's kind of disappointing. Storm is nice, it's just the plastic feels a little cheap. It is an upgrade to that, what is it, Warpath 2-pack that they had. So they added new pinless limbs, double jointed, all that good stuff. So yeah, I had already gotten rid of her, so I needed this update. I was very much looking forward to it, and I just get them in hand and they just don't feel that great. I am glad to have an X-Men 97 Wolverine that's not yellow. He's dark, he's like tan, which is what he was supposed to look like, not yellow, and they painted his arm hair, so that's nice. There are a couple of differences on this Wolverine actually, as opposed to the 90, not really a couple, just really one that I noticed, and I was like, huh, that's weird. And I will get to that with the articulation, but the suits kind of speak for themselves. It's from the end of X-Men 97. You know, they get their retro costumes on to confront Magneto and all the other stuff going on. And, you know, Storm gets her classic outfit. She gets, spoilers, gets her powers back. And then, of course, Logan wears the yellow and brown, gold and brown, honey and chocolate, as I like to call it. And, you know, we get some more retro costumes out of it, and I appreciate that. I don't hate these figures, but they just feel cheap. Definitely going to take the Tiger Claw X-Men 97 Wolverine off my shelf, because I don't like that figure. I think that he sucks. And I like how dark Storm's skin is. She's very pretty, but it is a nice update for Storm. I really do appreciate having a newer version of that. I don't have my Jim Lee Storm anymore. I used to be a big Jim Lee. Oh, I need just Jim Lee X-Men on my shelf. I just like the best version that we have, and I really think that so far, I mean, the Outback Storm is nice, but she doesn't really represent anything for me. I really like this look for Storm. I like this classic outfit. I like the bare midriff. I like the big hair. I like the cape. I'm a big fan of this style. I wanted this Storm and this Logan on my shelf. Preferable outfits. I do like the tiger stripe, but nothing beats the brown and gold suit. I really do like that look. So as far as the looks of the figures, they're great. It's just like plastic kind of feels a little cheap. The articulation feels a little stiff. And the more I get newer Legends, the more I'm just like, man, do I really want this to be my thing? Like, obviously I'm not going to get rid of them, but do I really want to focus on that? So I'm going to try my best to only really get the ones that I quote unquote need, as opposed to all the ones that I want. And just kind of try to get less Hasbro stuff, because the quality is not going up, it's just going down, unfortunately. But yeah, there's my thoughts. Checking out their height. Of course, Logan's supposed to be short. Finally, we get another short Wolverine. He is about 5.5 inches to the top of his head, not counting the hair. And then Aurora is about 6.5 inches to the top of her hair. And she also decided to take a plunge, which is fine. Oh, I gotta make sure I got some room to do this. Okay, so going over the articulation, we're gonna start with Wolverine here. It is reuse of a body, but I don't know, it just feels kind of cheap. I don't know. Head goes back, forward, shoulders come up, and this is where I saw something different. They come up 90 degrees, but do you see that peg on the inside of the bicep right there? Okay, so that's not on the other Wolverines. It's on both sides, but it is not on this one, the other X-Men 97. It is not on, oh, it is on the Secret Wars one. Okay, interesting. Maybe it's because there's no shoulder pads. They used a different shoulder, but I thought I'd point that out, that he's actual reuse of this one and not the 97 one. But the shoulders come out 90 degrees. We get a bicep cut, pinless, double elbows with painted arm hair. Yay! Butterfly joints. They work pretty well. They were a little tight at first. He was very tight. I mean, it is cold outside. Not that cold this week, but it has been cold. Bicep goes forward, back not as far. We get a waist cut. Legs come forward. Let me zoom out a little bit, sorry. To the side, we get a thigh cut. Butt kicking action, absolutely. Then we get a boot cut on this body, which the Maximum Wolverine does not have, but nothing new here as far as the articulation. We've seen it before, but it's not terrible. I don't know if you can see some of the paint scuffs on there, but there's like, there was red on here. There's some black on the yellow part that I had to scratch off, and there's some black specks there. Just not the cleanest paint job. I do like the head sculpt. I'm glad we're getting a freaking expressive Wolverine for once, going, "Bub, I'm gonna tear you up," instead of just a stern, kind of stoic look. And you can see the differences in the skin color. He looks very yellow compared to this tan. So if you wanted to head swap them, the skin tones don't match. And no painted arm hair. So this guy's retired. He's not going to be sitting on my shelf full time anymore. You've been replaced. I don't know why I'm doing comparison before comparison, but that was Wolverine's articulation. Stand up, bub. There we go. And now we can go on to Storm/Aurora. Head goes forward about that far, backward not at all. She doesn't have any butterfly joints, but shoulders come up over 90 degrees. We get a bicep cut that goes all the way around. Pinless double arms come all the way in. We only get torso articulation at the upper part. There's no waist cut or anything, and she only goes forward about that far and backward about that far. Legs come forward. We get a thigh cut. Pinless double knees that don't quite come back for butt kicking action, which is unfortunate. It's about the same range as a single joint, honestly. Don't have that figure to compare to anymore, but then we get rockers, which also kind of limited here. And yeah, the Outback Storm, I don't have her, but I know she's better articulated. But I just like this look. And that's really the only articulation. I know I always forget the wrist pegs, but y'all know. Y'all know what Marvel Legends wrist pegs are like. So that is the articulation. Let's see if I can keep going without cutting. Let's see. Accessories. Accessories. Let's take the accessories. So, Wolverine. We get... Sorry, there's stuff all over this. It's from my cats, unfortunately. We get an open mouth head sculpt, which is nice. Like I said, expression on Wolverine is always nice. Dude barely ever gets any expression. He's one of the most yelly dudes out there. And then we get 2 clawed hands and 2 fists. And that is really it for Wolverine's accessories. I do like that head sculpt. And of course, we get the maskless head sculpt as well. Hello, screen. There we go. Look like I'm so far 5 minutes with no cut. Storm's accessories. Storm's accessories. So we get a billowy cape. This is the same accessory from that 2-pack that we got before. And then of course she's got the more standard, just kind of sitting there cape. We get an emotional not emotional, but emotive head sculpt with the teeth gritting. And I really like this one. She'll probably be displayed like this, honestly. It's great. I like the hair. It's Fushi. She's very pretty. Then we get reuse hands. Same as the old Storm 2-pack. Just slightly more electricity on the fingers. It looks good. I like it. And then we get these awesome pieces that we got with Electro. So she's kind of jam-packed with accessories, which are awesome lightning pieces, way better than the old ones they used to use, the tiny little ones that just go around the arm. These ones are great. So definitely gonna get some cool photography in with that. And there's their other head sculpts right there on them currently. And yeah, that is the accessories. How long was that take? 6 minutes and 22 seconds. Look at that.
Hey, back off! Just don't want to have to witness some little...
What's that?
First of all, for scale and comparison, here are our X-Men 97 Storm and Wolverine next to Secret Wars Storm and Wolverine. Same exact body, different head sculpts, way different bodies on these two, and of course different head sculpts, but I do think that this one would fit on that one, and that might look pretty cool. So I'll have to try that out at some point, but yeah. Did I point out that he has boot swivel, boot cut? I don't remember if I did in articulation, but yeah, this body has a boot cut, so there's that. Here they are next to Maximum Wolverine and Cyclops, Rogue and Jean Grey, Bloodstorm and the other X-Men 97 Wolverine, Dakin and Phoenix, Gun Girl and Rowdy Riles.
I get my claws on him, he'll be talking out the other side. Look out!
And so with all that being said, y'all, I will say that there are some issues with this 2-pack. It feels kind of cheap. There's some paint issues on Wolverine, limited articulation on Storm, but it does replace at least two older figures that I've been trying to replace. So there is that. Is it worth it? I don't know. At least I have Storm and Wolverine for my X-Men shelf, right? So if y'all like this video, go ahead and smash like, hit subscribe if you're new here so you don't miss any content. Become a channel member if you want to go one step further and pay 99 cents for early reviews, live streams, and other such things. Comment, let me know what you think, if you're getting this 2-pack, if you're passing, what your favorite Wolverine look is, what your favorite Storm look is, how your day is going. Just say hey, do all that stuff, keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper 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 safe, please, especially now. I love y'all, I will see you next time, and bye-bye.
If you can! Don't worry about us, Dingo. I'll make sure we can!
Return to
Found a mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? To review figures and toys and stuff. Aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, geez, Rick. You know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kind of like her videos. So maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.